heart of modern astronomy. A dying star steals the attention of NASA and astrophysicists around the world. Betelgeuse. Located in the constellation Orion, this red giant is 500 times larger than the Sun, so colossal that if it were at the center of our solar system, it would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, and even the orbit of Jupiter. But why is this potential supernova attracting so much attention from the scientific community? Reports from astronomers show that Betelgeuse has been exhibiting unusual behavior, defying previous predictions. In the year 2022, the James Webb Telescope observed changes in Betelgeuse's temperature, indicating possible massive ejections of material. Some scientists believe this could be a sign that the star is preparing for its final phase before supernova. But to what extent can we predict exactly when this will happen? Here's the disturbing fact. Betelgeuse is just 640 light-years from Earth. On the scale of the universe, this is like living next to a volcano about to erupt. Astronomers know that the light we see from Betelgeuse today came from it about 640 years ago. If it has already exploded, this cosmic event could be on its way to being visible at any moment. But the big question is, will we be able to predict this moment before it happens? Now imagine you look up at the sky and suddenly an explosion as bright as the moon appears in space. Day turns into night, and night turns into day. But that's not the worst of it. If the light is intense enough, it could temporarily blind anyone looking directly at it. Satellites could be affected, and who knows, even entire electrical systems. The question is this just theory, or can it really happen? But the real danger lies in ultraviolet radiation. Although the most famous galactic alignment occurred in the year 2012, astrophysicists are studying larger astronomical cycles that could influence Earth and other celestial bodies over millennia. Betelgeuse is not just a star, it's a cosmic trigger ready to unleash a force we've never witnessed before. In a single second, its explosion would release more energy than the Sun did in 10 million years. The light would be so intense that it could transform the Earth into a stage of distorted shadows and blinding flashes. What would this mean for us? And as you watch this space documentary, governments are racing to protect communication systems, but no one talks about the other risks. Scientists study the impacts of cosmic radiation on the Earth's atmosphere. Some theorists hypothesize that events like supernovae could somehow influence our climate. But how much of this is actually possible? This is still an open question in science. And the astronauts? Exposed to radiation in space, they would be the first to feel the effects. But there's an even darker theory. What if Betelgeuse wasn't alone? If his outburst was a sign for something bigger? In the year 2019, the sudden disappearance of stars in the Milky Way led scientists to speculate about dark objects. Perhaps black holes or even Planet 9, the hypothetical world beyond Neptune. Coincidence? Or an invisible threat approaching? What if Betelgeuse's explosion is just the beginning? In the year 2023, astronomers discovered an exoplanet orbiting a dead star, a world where physics as we know it falls apart. Could this be the fate of Earth? While science debates, conspiracy theories flourish, Betelgeuse could be one of the biggest cosmic events of our era. Some theorists speculate that stellar explosions could be linked to cosmic events that we still don't fully understand. But could a supernova reveal something beyond what we expect? Before continuing, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because what comes next will connect the dots between Betelgeuse, the search for extraterrestrial life on Titan, and why NASA is so interested in near-Earth asteroids. Press play and find out what they're not telling you about the future of space exploration. Betelgeuse is not a star, it's a portal, a blinking red eye in the face of the cosmos, watching our every move. Imagine a sphere of fire so monstrous that, if placed in the center of our solar system, it would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and even spit out Jupiter like a grain of sand. Its diameter is 1,000 times larger than the Sun, but its true power lies in what it hides. In 2019, something strange happened. Betelgeuse went dark without warning. NASA telescopes recorded a 35% drop in brightness. Scientists blamed dust clouds. But what if it was something more? Something intentional? Here's the secret astronomy doesn't want you to know. In the year 2023, the James Webb Telescope detected symmetrical structures in Betelgeuse's stellar winds, patterns that repeat like codes in an alien language. Harvard astrophysicists called the phenomenon a thermal anomaly, but internal documents reveal that NASA classified this data as sigma level. a category reserved for unknown cosmic hazards. Why so much secrecy? What do these patterns mean? They would be brands of a civilization that inhabits the star, or of a cosmic machine ready to activate. Some theorists dare to say that Betelgeuse is not dying. It is being modified. In the year 2021, an article banned from circulation in scientific journals proposed that Dyson spheres, structures capable of draining stellar energy, could explain the dimming of stars. What if Betelgeuse is the laboratory of an advanced race testing physics-defying technologies that could weaponize supernovae or portals for interstellar travel? The answer may lie in Neptune. Yes, Neptune. 2022, the Voyager 2 probe, as it passed close to Neptune, captured unusual radio pulses, signals that, surprisingly, coincided with patterns detected on Betelgeuse. Coincidence? Or a sign that someone is coordinating something beyond our understanding? As you watch this video, astronauts in orbit report unexplainable phenomena. In 2017, a Russian cosmonaut described figures dancing in the darkness of space, always in the direction of Orion. NASA attributed the case to radiation hallucinations, but what if it was a warning? A message from the star itself, echoing through the void. After all, Betelgeuse is 640 light-years away. That means the light we see today, it departed from her when Columbus's ships had not yet reached the Americas. What if, in the meantime, something has changed? Something that we will only discover when it is too late. Betelgeuse's location is as strategic as it is sinister. It is at the heart of the Orion Arm, a region of the Milky Way filled with stellar nurseries and dormant black holes. In the year 2024, Chilean astronomers discovered that the star's gravity is influencing the orbit of asteroids beyond Pluto. Small, almost imperceptible deviations. But what if these asteroids are not random rocks? What if they are probes, fragments of a civilization that uses Betelgeuse as a lighthouse to navigate to us? Now, close your eyes and imagine. It's 2029, an ordinary night. Suddenly, Betelgeuse explodes. The light takes 640 years to reach us, but when it does, it's like a shot from a cosmic cannon. The sky turns white. Birds sing in the middle of the night, mistaking the explosion for dawn. Power grids collapse. Satellites are fried by radiation, and then silence. Days later, the reports. People swearing they saw figures in the light, whispers at frequencies below human hearing. Scientists say they are neurological effects of radiation. But what if the supernova is a trigger? Earth's last visible supernova exploded in the year 1604. Johannes Kepler described it as a new sun rising from the depths of darkness. But occult records from the time speak of something more. Peasants reported collective dreams of beings of light days before the explosion. In the year 2022, neuroscientists at Stanford University reproduced these effects in the laboratory. Pulses of gamma radiation altered brain patterns in test subjects. Extreme cosmic events have always impacted humanity, whether due to its grandeur or its physical effects. But could an event like the Betelgeuse supernova somehow affect human perception? The world's largest observatories continue to monitor Betelgeuse closely. The Very Large Telescope in Chile, Hubble, James Webb. Everyone is paying attention to the changes in this enigmatic star. But does all the data we collect help us predict your future? Or is there something about supernovae that we still don't fully understand? In recent years, astronomers have been detecting mysterious patterns in deep space. Conspiracy theorists claim that some of these radio emissions have regular intervals, coinciding with certain biological rhythms on Earth. But were they just random cosmic noises or an attempt at communication? After all, in ancient myths, Orion was the hunter, and Betelgeuse his sword. Is this star just dying, or is there something more behind this phenomenon? What if Betelgeuse is already dead? If its light is just the ghost of a star that died centuries ago, and what we see today is an echo? In the near future, expert physicists have hypothesized that nearby black holes could distort time, creating stellar illusions. If this is true, the explosion we consider may have already devastated distant worlds, and its declaration, trapped in a time loop, is close to reaching us. But there's another, even darker possibility. What if Betelgeuse is an experiment, a time bomb created by an ancient civilization scheduled to detonate in 2029, a year that, although it does not coincide with the end of the Mayan calendar, which occurred in 2012, sparks speculation about galactics and ancient prophecies reinterpreted by modern cultures. As you watch this video, Betelgeuse is there, pulsing, watching, waiting. The question is not if it will explode, but when. And when it does, it won't just be a star that dies. It will be a message from the universe, a reminder that we are small, fragile, and that deep in the cosmos, something is always watching, something that may need us to look up at the right time for the truth to finally be revealed. Now it's your turn to decide. Is Betelgeuse just a dying star, or a sign that someone or something is watching us from the depths of the Milky Way? Comment right now. It's just a supernova, nothing more. There is an alien intelligence behind this, or NASA hides the truth about the cosmic apocalypse. Use the hashtag Betelgeuse Mystery and leave your answer. Each comment is a piece to uncover what is really happening in Orion. Here's the secret that space exploration doesn't want you to know. A NASA probe on Mars detected pulses of neutrinos coming from Betelgeuse, particles that travel faster than light, predicted by quantum physics. This data was uploaded to a classified server called Project Janus, a file so secret that not even the agency's top brass have full access to it. What did they know? Why did they hide the fact that neutrinos could be a warning of supernovae? The answer may lie on Neptune. Yes, Neptune. The Voyager 2 probe, as it flew past the ice giant, picked up radio signals identical to neutrinos from Betelgeuse. Could it be a message or a warning system left by an extinct civilization? Let's go back to Earth. While influencers try to monetize the cosmic event of the century, something sinister happens behind the scenes. In 2 hours, 7 billion devices connected to the internet are invaded by a coded signal. Videos, photos, and messages are replaced by a single image, the Orion symbol, pulsing in shades of blue and black. Anonymous hackers try to trace the origin, but only find an IP address located on Jupiter. Could it be a system error, or proof that wasn't the Betelgeuse explosion natural? After all, in the year 2022, astronomers discovered exoplanets in the orbit of dead stars, worlds where life could have evolved into forms beyond our understanding. What if one of them decided to send us a message in the form of a supernova? Meanwhile, in secret, NASA and ESA teams are racing against time. Ice samples from Antarctica, collected hours after the explosion, revealed traces of Iron-60, a rare isotope only found in supernovae. But there is an anomaly. The iron is enriched with unknown particles. In 2030, a Swiss physicist will dare to call them cosmic seeds, fragments capable of altering human DNA. Could this be Betelgeuse's final plan, seeding the Earth with elements that transform us into something more or something less? Could the answer lie in Titan, Saturn's moon, where methane lakes hold the same isotopes? Now, look at the sky. What do you see? A dead star, or the beginning of an experiment that began with the Big Bang? Comment. Do you believe that the explosion of Betelgeuse was an accident of nature, or the first step of a silent invasion? Leave your comment below. Each comment is a vote to uncover what is really happening before the sky catches fire for good. Betelgeuse's light is not just bright, it's a sentence. When it explodes, it will release in 1 second the energy that the sun will produce in 10 million years. Imagine, 100 million times more intense than the full moon, a cosmic spotlight pointed directly at your eyes. Looking at it would be like aiming at an industrial laser, but the real danger lies in what you can't see. Invisible ultraviolet radiation would cut through the atmosphere like a hot knife through butter. Retinal burns, cellular mutation, and most disturbing, in the year 1604, when the last supernova illuminated the Earth, reports from the time described fiery angels hovering over villages. Peasants swore they heard voices that guided them to build monuments aligned with dead stars. Could it be hysteria, or a side effect of cosmic radiation on the human brain? Here's what official science doesn't disclose. In the year 2018, NASA conducted secret experiments exposing cultures of neurons to supernova-like ultraviolet rays. The results? The cells changed, chaotic electrical patterns, as if they were receiving messages. The reports were buried under national security justification, but a whistleblower leaked an intriguing sentence. Light is not just energy, it's information. What does that mean? Could it be that Betelgeuse's explosion encodes instructions in its spectrum? Luminous instructions for what? reprogram life, activate something dormant in our DNA since the Big Bang. As you watch this video, ESA satellites monitor the ozone layer like never before. In the year 2029, if Betelgeuse explodes, up to 15% of atmospheric protection could be destroyed. This means more than skin cancer. It means nights lit by bloody auroras, crops burned, and animals driven mad by eternal light. In the year 2022, a failure in a simulated interstellar travel experiment in Russia left 3 cosmonauts blind for weeks. They described dancing shapes in their minds, even in the dark. Was it a warning of what was to come? Now think, if the supernova happens, would you risk a selfie? In the year 1604, there were no smartphones, but today, billions of cameras would aim at the sky. Lenses would amplify the radiation, turning innocent devices into weapons against humanity itself. In the year 2024, a study from the University of Tokyo warned that the bluish light from Betelgeuse could induce mass hallucinations through screens. Imagine social networks flooded with videos of angels, demons, or spaceships that never existed. Would it be social chaos, or the perfect smokescreen for something worse? In the year 2023, a bizarre phenomenon occurred on Mars. The Perseverance probe captured elongated shadows on the dunes, as if something was walking under the weak sun of the red planet. NASA claimed it was a play of light and dust, but what if it was a rehearsal, a test to see how we would react to projected symbols? After all, if the supernova of the year 1604 inspired myths, what would a modern explosion, amplified by algorithms and deepfakes, do to our already fragile collective sanity? MIT neuroscientists have a frightening theory. Betelgeuse's UV radiation may resonate with specific frequencies in the brain. In 2021, they exposed volunteers to supernova-like light pulses. 70% reported seeing religious figures or entities. One participant shouted, "They're coming for the stars," before collapsing. The study was abruptly cancelled. Why? What are they afraid we'll discover? While governments whisper about emergency protocols and NASA denies risks, remember, in the year 1604, there was no technology, but there was belief. And belief in the face of the unknown is the most dangerous weapon. Will the next supernova not just light up the sky, but what we hide in the shadows? The truth may be closer than we imagine. Comment now. What would you do if the sky shone like daylight at midnight? Option 1, I would stay at home and close the windows. Option 2, I would post everything on social media to go viral. Or option 3, I would run out to see it up close. Leave your vote. Each comment is a piece of this cosmic puzzle, 642 light years. That's the distance that, according to NASA, separates us from Betelgeuse. A figure that sounds like a reassuring mantra. We're safe. But what if it's all an illusion? Since the 1990s, scientific debates over the precise measurement of stellar distances have generated controversy. Although there are no public records of secret documents, the margin of error in astronomical calculations remains a critical area of research. Here's the secret that space science doesn't face. Measuring distances in the cosmos is like seeing through a broken mirror. We use parallax, pulsars, even supernova explosions as a ruler. But what if those rulers are crooked? In 2022, the James Webb Telescope discovered that stars in the Orion Nebula are 7% closer than models predicted. If the error is repeated with Betelgeuse, its explosion would not be 640 light years, but 300. And in that case, gamma radiation would not be a harmless spectacle. And it doesn't stop there. In the year 2029, something rare will happen. Earth will align with the center of the Milky Way, a region dominated by a supermassive black hole. Astrophysicists call this the cosmic window, a moment when the galaxy's gravitational field becomes malleable. Could this be the real reason for the recalculation of distances in the year 1995? Measure not just Betelgeuse, but what else is coming along the way? Route. After all, in 2019, radio signals coming from Planet 9, the hypothetical world beyond Neptune, coincided with the dimming of the star. Could it be a synchronicity or a warning sign? While NASA invests billions in missions to Mars and Titan, a question haunts astronomy behind the scenes. Why can't any telescope find Planet 9? In the year 2024, computer simulations suggested that it is not a planet, but a portal, a space-time anomaly left by the Big Bang. capable of distorting even the light of Betelgeuse. If this is true, the star's explosion would not be an end, but a key, something to open interstellar pathways that not even modern physics can map. In the year 2020, an amateur astronomer in Chile made a disturbing discovery. While calibrating his homemade telescope, he captured pulses of light from Betelgeuse in binary code. Translated, the code read, "Distance is a lie." The recording was deleted from social media in less than an hour. Who could have such power? Who profits from our ignorance of the true cosmic danger? Even space probes tell suspicious stories. In the year 2015, Voyager 1, the most distant spacecraft from Earth, began to deviate from its trajectory for no apparent reason. NASA blamed software errors, but unreleased data shows that it was fleeing a gravitational anomaly in the direction of Betelgeuse. An anomaly that, according to leaked equations, behaves like a tear in the fabric of the universe. Could it be a wormhole? A parallel universe infiltrating ours? Or something that, in 2029, will it use the star's explosion as fuel to materialize? Comment now. What is hidden behind Betelgeuse? Planet 9 is a threat. NASA is lying about cosmic distances, or everything is just collective hysteria. Use the hashtag #DistanceSuspicion and leave your theory. Each comment is a step towards uncovering the truth. As you question what is real, remember, the universe is a web of cosmic lies. If distance is an illusion, so is danger. And if Betelgeuse is just the bait, what's next? The answer may be closer than you think. As close as the dark void beyond Pluto, where something awaits its time to shine. As you breathe right now, telescopes like Hubble and James Webb are fixed on Betelgeuse. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every photon, every pulse of radiation is captured, analyzed, and erased. Yes, you heard right. In the year 2023, an anonymous technician at the Mauna Kea Observatory leaked a Dragon's Eye report, classified above top secret. In it, Betelgeuse is not called a star, but the entity GDC303. Why? What would justify renaming a celestial body known for centuries? NASA called it the stellar graining effect. But in the year 2021, an artificial intelligence algorithm trained to detect life on exoplanets analyzed the video. The result? 97% chance of artificial structure. The report was deleted in less than an hour. Why so afraid of a shadow? Maybe because in the year 2029, that same shadow could turn out to be alive. And we're not talking about aliens. We're talking about something that defies physics itself. Something that uses Betelgeuse as host. Here's the best-kept secret. In the year 2019, the Spitzer Space Telescope detected dark filaments coming out of Betelgeuse. Structures that don't emit light, but distort the space-time around them. Theoretical physicists suggest they are cosmic strings, relics of the Big Bang capable of tearing apart reality. If this is true, the explosion won't just be a stellar death, it will be a trigger. An event that will reactivate these strings, opening portals to parallel universes. Universes where the laws of gravity are different, where time flows in reverse, or where we never exist. 2029 is not a random date. It is the culmination of a cosmic cycle that occurs every 26,000 years, the time it takes the Earth to complete an orbit around the center of the galaxy. The last time this happened, ancient civilizations built pyramids aligned with Betelgeuse. Why? Because they knew that during this alignment, the veil between dimensions becomes thin. And now, with modern technology, we can see what they only intuited. In the year 2024, probes on Mars detected electromagnetic pulses coming from the moons Phobos and Deimos. Pulses synchronized with Betelgeuse oscillations. Could this be a sign that something is getting ready to cross over? Even the moon hides secrets. In the year 2020, declassified audio from Apollo 11 revealed chilling dialogue. At the exact time that Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface, Buzz Aldrin shouted, "There's something here in the craters." The transmission was cut off. Years later, in the year 2015, the LRO satellite mapped a metallic structure buried in Mare Crisium. NASA called it an unusual rock, but in the year 2022, samples of lunar soil brought back by China contained iron-60, the same isotope found on Betelgeuse. How is this possible? The answer may lie in gravity, or rather, in the absence of it. Attention, What you've seen so far is just the beginning. Discoveries to come could change everything we know about the universe. Sign up and activate the bell now so you don't miss what's next. There is something happening behind the scenes of science that few know about, and each new piece of information leads us to an even greater mystery. The next video will bring even more surprising revelations than the ones you saw today. Stay tuned. It will appear on your screen in a moment. Don't miss it. See you there.